What's up? This your boy Vimba. Um, Today I'm gonna try to break down, not necessarily break down, but just to give my opinion on the battle, right? The Heit versus Tee Starz, or Tee Starz versus Heit, however you want to take it, right? So it was an RBA event. I think it's a league owned by Envy, Black Glass, J Jody, A Reese, and TK, right? Because they were the hosts that day. So yeah, I assume it's their league. So what went down is on the first round, right? Um, on the first round, Hyde opened up saying stuff about y'all niggas eating pussy and you are what you eat. I'm sure you get that. Um, he also said something about, I think he made a scheme around soccer, right? Said something about being in a defensive mode. What does it look like losing to Eric Matoho? I was like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. For real, for real. But when he went on to say they should, he's not worth 4K, they should at least make it 5K. He's telling the Pretoria niggas to up the bucks. That's when I got it. I was like, whoa, shit. This guy is actually making a scheme about football. Eric Mato is possibly a fucking defender. That's why he said something about defensive mode and not losing to Eric Matoho. Damn. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. This is battle rap. You miss some and get some. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what he said. That's what Hyde said. He also went on to say it, but when he said he's telling the Pretoria niggas to up the bucks, up the bucks. You know what I'm saying? If you know Pirates, you know they call the bucks, and you know Pretoria is dominated by what? No, I mean the most popular football club from Pretoria, you know, it's Sundowns, and he's telling Pretoria niggas to up the bucks. So you get the shit, bro. And he also said something about uh, niggas are not really putting in work, but they still find sports on camera like a Nota live. If you know Nota, if you know the naughty Nota, you know that he likes attention, is always on camera, Insta Live, podcasts, you name it, is always there. And he has freckles. So always find sports on camera. He's always on camera and have sports. Always find sports on camera like a Nota Live. That was a haymaker for me, personally. And also the C-section bar, when he said we all want a piece of the pie, but C-section of this new cats barely get a slice. Uh, uh, that actually hit, right? That actually hit. So, okay, moving on. Let me just mention one thing. He also said something about Hammerscroll. He was clowning. He was actually clowning Tee Starz that he's from Hammerscroll. Donkey cards. Something about if they want to commit suicide, they wouldn't even commit suicide because their feet will touch the ground. Their houses are small and stuff like that. That was great. That was superb. So, okay, let me just say some of the stuff that T has said, and then I'll judge that round, right? Bear with me. T, in his opening, right? He said, I think he battled Black Inch before, right? He said something about him killing Black. He has melanin drip. He said some. What did he say? He said, yeah, he said something about killing Black and dripping melanin. I was like, whoa. We're getting into it, bro. We're getting into it. I was like, yeah, bro, that was fire, right? Props to him. Shout out to T. Shout out to T, bro. It was really wicked, bro. It was really wicked. But what stood out for me from that round, right? From that round, when he said, the scheme about zone 14, shit. That scheme about zone 14, bro, when he said it's 14 deep, mentioned tigers, stripes, two niggas lying on the hearse like Popeye and Spinach. If you know zone 14, if you are not a 2K, you've seen zone 14 before, you know what he was talking about. That show, bro, at the end of the show, so it was a show about soccer. There were two guys who were driving a hearse. At the end of the show, they would just lean on that hearse. What else? Yeah, that's about it, man. But that was a creative scheme. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him for that. What else? What fucking else did he say? I think he also made a scheme about a Reese, right? Him living a bit ambitious. He mentioned MASH, he mentioned words, he mentioned flame, and he said, I'm wrecking crews. I was like, damn, nigga wicked. He was going all the way in. That was great. That was great. So that was the first, right? They both brought it. They both had buzz. But there was like stuff that was like more hard hitting. For me, Heit had the best material on that first, right? So that's just my judgment. You can have yours. You're free to have yours. And on the second, right? On the second, I feel like Heit had more hard hitting shit, but he stumbled. Even if he didn't stumble, compared to what T had to say. So let me just put it like this. Let me just break down everything. Hyde said something, what stood out for me. He said something that even Cyril knows. The soon as I carve, he said, even Cyril knows 1 minute now, as soon as I cover, and no, what did he say? Even Cyril know it won't be a minute as soon as I cover, any minute now. If you know Casper's in your verse, the previous album, any minute now, he has a sauna as the cover. That was great, man. Perfectly executed, right? Dope stuff. But it didn't, for me, it didn't have a lot of shit that was hard hitting for that second. Never mind that he stumbled and all that, but it didn't have so much shit that was hard hitting. Maybe the stumble might have gotten in the way. I don't know. But for me, there was not so much things that he said. Okay, moving on. T on his second. T was really swinging, bro. It was really wicked. It was swinging. It was killing it. He said, I think what stood out for me was his build up to saying that he's looking down on Heit. That build up was everything. Even the full clip season scooper, that shit actually was fire. That was a room shaker as well. right? Oh, but here's the one that like actually got me up my seat when he said, even with 7 rounds with stars, you still couldn't summon Shamron. I was like, whoa. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, you clearly understand that. He's Tee Starz, right? He's saying, even with 7 rounds with stars, you still wouldn't summon Shamron. If you know when they collect the Dragon Balls, 7 of them with stars, you still couldn't summon Shamron, so you summon Shamron and you make a wish and stuff like that. So, second, I give it to T. No debate. Not even debatable, that one. Great. Moving on. To the third. This is the fucking interesting of them all. For me, the third was interesting because for some they would say it was debatable, but for me it wasn't. I know who clearly took the third, right? But why I say it was interesting is because they both brought it. It was cool, it was clean, it was yo. I don't have the words to describe it, but let me just break down the buzz or try to explain the buzz or just give you the buzz. Right? Height. First off, Joe's are white, but hit. Also his buzz about uh, building up stones, foundations, um, foundation being cemented and stuff. Bro, the scheme was perfect, right? Hyde is creative. That's one thing about him. Creative motherfucker. On my next video, I'll try to break it down even better than this one because this is my first video. I clearly don't have the idea and how I'm gonna do this stuff, but yeah. So this is a starter. So okay. Hyde also said something about lowercase, you being a lowercase, and it was in all caps. So all caps was a league that was based in Pretoria, right? And I believe Tee Starz is from 012, right? 012, which is there as well. And it was not on all caps, so it's lowercase. Get that? Mm-hmm. They had a lot of things that I liked. Height on that round. Said something about shooting. Remember, it was battling Heit and Tee Starz. Said, shh, you ain't shooting stars. Make a wish. That was crazy. I said. It also said, even the light stuff goes overhead. You get the idea. That shit was crazy. That was crazy. Um, it said something about crashing leaves, bitter, bittersweet taste, but still what? Still I got a tea bag. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. A tea bag. You got a tea bag. He's battling tea. You got a tea bag. Crashing leaves, bittersweet taste, but still got a tea bag. Okay, let me move on. T on his third. What he said? He said. I think he said like two stuff that stood out for me. Two buzz that stood out for me is when he said, "KO coming at you. Now, what would your lady do?" If you know KO, he might have had some beef with. I don't know if they beefed with Lady Do or it was just a misunderstanding or whatever. But there was something between KO and Lady Do. KO coming at you. Now, what would your lady do?